Good morning, Facebook friends. It is a new week, Monday, and I thought about a great topic that I can share with you today. Get your inspiration, engagement, commitment to excellence, and talk about influence. How do you get started? How do you keep that communication line open with your team? And also becoming more self-aware of your own authentic values. We talked about core values yesterday. I want to see how those transition for you. And also, if you had time to reflect on your own core values that are so important to you, that you want to develop in your leadership growth. My name is Tal Schnell. If you haven't had a chance to connect here, I'd love to connect with you, learn more about you. I've been coaching leaders, managers in hospitality and other industries, working with clients on customer service, leadership development, high performance teams. And one of the biggest things that always come up is about communication and leadership communication, how to be an effective communicator. And where does it all start? How do you get started to become authentic in your own communication, and also learning about the style and learning about other people that are around you. Everyone around you is communicating with you. Some people are more, they talk more. Some people are listen more. But there's always communication. And what took me several years really to identify some of my core values and how do I communicate those core values with other people, and also discovering more about the journey to communicating effectively and getting a lot of it is the heart of change, is moving people from where they are to where they can be with inspiring communication. Everyone wants to have as a leader, you want to have a positive influence. And guys, feel free to share comments, questions here. I've got my cup of tea here. Feel free to have your coffee. I know it's a Monday morning, but I'm glad to have Danette Howard. Thank you so much for joining in on Facebook Live. I've got a ginger peach flavor here on the tea, so kind of gives me that energy. But let's talk about what are some of the principles that you can apply as a leader to inspire people to action. And I want to start off this video by sharing with you, again, making that transition, finding out what's important to you, having a reflection. Good morning. Having a reflection, a true reflection, and it takes probably you want to dedicate several hours to that reflection of your core values, who you are as a person, and why those core values are so important to you. I know for me, it took many years to find what those core values are. What do I stand for? Leaders have a point of view, and it starts with your values, and starts with reflecting on your experience as you are growing yourself, developing yourself. You're learning from those experiences. You're learning from success. You're learning from failures. You're learning from other leaders. You're taking what works, what doesn't work. You continuously look at people that provide that inspiration for you. For me, for example, mentors come in all kinds of directions. Really, some of the people I work with. Some of the people are in my family. Some people are in my community. Some people are in my network, and some people are through learning resources such as books, podcasts, interviews, YouTube, you name it. There's so many resources today to learn from other people and to see how you can weave that experience into your leadership development as you grow. I'm always a proponent of somebody's already been doing this before. Someone has already been done something similar. And so I can learn from that individual. I can learn from this leader. I can learn from their style. I can see what their communication is all about. And you're starting to see there's a pattern, there's a theme. And one of the things that I do every morning is I set some time for reflection on the core values, and also how my communication, whether the communication is effective in certain areas that can inspire others and engage in others, and kind of a, if you will, what have I learned yesterday about people, what I've learned yesterday about the community, the work, business, Hey, Tom, thanks so much for joining in. Feel free to share your cup of coffee or tea with everyone here. It's important to think about those as you have a point of view. And also, what do you want to say? What is the why? More and more as I communicate with people and have those dialogues and have the communication, it's not only enough to have those core values that you're committed to as a person, to have a point of view, to have a philosophy. Something that came up to me many years ago as I got to know managers in different industries, and also some of the people that I coached with, I've learned that people, if you articulate, I want you to think about this, if you articulate a leadership philosophy, okay, if you, thank you so much, if you articulate a leadership philosophy, this is what I want to communicate with you today is, don't stop at articulating that leadership philosophy, which takes time through those experiences. And the next step, as you're thinking about that leadership philosophy, that is, for most people, is a combination of things. It's a combination of their own experience in leadership positions, their experiences in leading teams, their experience in what works, what doesn't work. They've learned that. And they also want to share that with their team. So I encourage you, if you want to increase your influence as a communicator, is to share that leadership philosophy. Some people I worked with and some managers that I used to work with have put that in writing. And they would send us out, they give an opportunity for a dialogue, and they encourage others to have their leadership philosophy and communication. Because the more we know each other, if you start thinking about it, the more we know what those convictions are, what those core values are of each person, then we have an effective way to lead. The more we know about your values, your leadership point of view, how you conduct business as a leader, there's two things that people are looking for. Is they're looking for someone they can trust and their competence. The competence and being trustworthy leader. How do you do that? You share things with people, creating that safe environment for other people to share things with you as they also part of that leadership influence, and communicating with you more about them and get to know them as people. As you know, sometimes I actually unintentionally trying to learn about one person a day, maybe ask them a couple of questions, and you're starting to learn. Sometimes I ask people, who was your best manager? Why were they your best manager or the leader? Sometimes, weird questions like that maybe kind of get them to open up, and you can see what do they admire in that person, and you get to know them on that level. So I want you to think about these things. Communication is a perspective, your point of view, your core values. Have that why in the conversation, the purpose of why you're communicating, and have the passion and conviction, and the last thing is, which is probably the most important thing of it, is to model those philosophies that you have. Model it, and yes, drawing people in, but model that every day. People will watch you. They want to connect the words with the actions. That's where real leadership comes in. And so through your words, through your deeds, through the communication, every day, if you do that every day, people will get connected to your message, to your leadership, to the communication aspect of it. So I want you to think about these things. Feel free to shoot me a message here, as I love to connect with more people. And I'm going to be doing more of these videos starting out in the morning, getting to know you and getting to know the topics you want to talk about. So I appreciate that very much, and I see some more people logging in. So watch the replay. Let me know what your thoughts are. Share this video with other people, other managers, other leaders that you think they can be connected to this, as we can all be better communicators and increase our influence. So have yourself a great day, guys, a great week, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.